G'day guys, and welcome to this English Premier League edition of Beyond the 90. I am your host, Alex Ellerman. Alright, so today we're going to go through some recent news coming out of England, and we'll also be giving you a preview of round 5 of the English Premier League. Manchester United have received their first win of the campaign and relieved a lot of pressure from Louis van Gaal after their 4-0 demolishing of QPR. And it was really good to see the Manchester United of old come back and really assert their dominance over teams in the league after a little bit of a shaky start to the campaign. It saw Wayne Rooney, Angel Di Maria, Juan Mata and Andy Herrera all find the back of the net, and a home debut for Loney Radamel Falcao, who absolutely impressed during his time but couldn't manage to get that crucial goal to start off his goal-scoring campaign in the Premier League. But trust me on this, it won't be too far away. In other news, Hull City has been put up for sale as their owner Alam has walked away from the club after the FA has knocked back their name change. Now, Alam has always wanted to change the club's name to the Hull Tigers, removing the original name of Hull City FC. Now, this has caused a lot of controversy around the club. Supporters have not been happy. The name does hold a lot of heritage, and overall, the FA has acknowledged this and has knocked it back. Therefore, he has put the club up for sale and has said that he is no longer interested in having ownership of the club. So it'll be interesting to see where Hull City go from here. It shouldn't affect their football, however. All right, guys, so we're going to take a preview of all the games coming up in round 5 of the English Premier League. So the first game sees QPR versus Stoke. Now, both sides are just struggling to get some form. For me, QPR, look, you can take a team out the championship, but you can't take a championship out the team. Harry Redknapp's men just seem to be lacking the quality that we expect from Premier League teams. For me, they were really poor against Manchester United. They should have been going into that game really trying to challenge them and just get some points, but it's just very lackluster in defence and really offering nothing in attack. So Harry Redknapp will be wanting to turn that around for his men. But for me in this game, I do see Stoke City getting up. Stoke are just starting to come into a little bit of form. The football's all right. They're just not finishing the teams off. And they'll be wanting to isolate the Stoke City defence and really just go in there, bag a few goals and walk out with the 3 points. So I do see Stoke winning this one 2 or 3-0. The second game sees Burnley versus Sunderland. Now, this is a very, very, very interesting prospect. For me, Sunderland have started off the season very impressively. I feel that their football is really coming along under Gus Poyet. They are just playing off the momentum that saved them last year, which has been able just to carry on, and they've been able to go into the new season and start the season strong. Their form going into this game is very good, and I do expect them to really take it to Burnley. And I do see Sunderland winning this one 2-0 or maybe even 2-1 if Burnley can sneak a goal in. The next game of the round sees Newcastle versus Hull City. Oh, well, for the Geordies of Newcastle, Alan Pardew's men, he has the quality in the side. They just cannot seem to find the net, and they were really outdone by Southampton this week. A 4-0 belting by the Saints. So they will want to go into this round and really try and redeem themselves under the home faithful. But for me, I do see Hull managing to sneak this one. Hull City have been in the news. They've gotten rid of their owner. They are up for sale, but it shouldn't affect their football. And I actually see it impacting them more positively, not having all this controversy in the background. And I do see Hull being too strong for the Geordies and getting away with this one. And it wouldn't surprise me if they actually manage to sneak a few goals past them, get their goal scoring tally up. I do see this one ending about 3-0 in Hull City's favour. The next game sees the Swans, Swansea City versus Southampton. Now, Swansea come off their first loss of the season against Chelsea. A really valiant effort. They weren't expected to beat Chelsea after their current run of form, and I do not see them stopping and going into a slump. I see the Swans continuing on their impressive form. It was a minor bump in their road, and I do see them really going into this season and being a real competitor for those sides trying to get into those top 4 places. Southampton coming off a very impressive win. Coman's men just seem to start to get the flow and get their football style right, and a very impressive game against Newcastle, which saw them come out 4 goals for the better. So for me, I do expect this one to possibly end in a draw. Wouldn't surprise me if there's a little bit of last-minute magic to separate the sides. In the next game, we see Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Now, what can we say about Villa? They managed to outdo my boys, the almighty Liverpool, at home with a 1-0 victory. They're sitting really well, second on the table, a real sort of surprise. You don't really hear much coming out of the Villa camp. They do keep to themselves, and but really playing some very impressive football. And they are coming up against an Arsenal side which just cannot put teams away. Arsenal did manage a 2-2 draw with Manchester City, and for me, they really should have held on and gone all the way and been victors in that game. I do feel that they do have a few passengers in their team, which I'm sure Arsene Wenger will clean out before this game. But for me, I do see Villa continuing their impressive run of form and probably getting up 2-1 victors in this game. In the next game, we see West Ham United take on Liverpool. Sam Allardyce has got continuous pressure of trying to get the 3 points every week, and every time his team stumble, he always finds himself in the firing zone. So he'll want to keep that impressive run of form. For me, Liverpool have got a lot to prove in this game. They are coming off a 1-0 loss against Aston Villa at home. A very, very, very shock loss. I do see Liverpool walking out of this one. It's very hard to say how much by, but I do see them being victors, and I'm just going to go the all-safe 1-0 victory. The next game sees Leicester City versus Manchester United. Well, a few weeks back, if you would have given me this fixture, I would have said Leicester City to go all the way and have a big upset, but Man United have just seemed to find themselves, and after that 4-0 win against QPR, I can see them starting to get a few more victories on the board, and Van Gaal's men starting to become an all-important threat to the championship contenders. But for me, Man United are just far too strong. Angel Di Maria is in fantastic form. Ander Herrera is in fantastic form. It wouldn't surprise me if Van Gaal actually starts Radamel Falcao for this game. And we can see him score an all-important first Premier League goal. So for me, I'm going to pick Manchester United in this game to win quite comfortably. The next game of the round sees Tottenham versus West Bromwich Albion. Now, Tottenham were so unlucky not to get the 3 points last week. It was just a blunder by Harry Kane at the back post to score that own goal equaliser, which cost them important 3 points, but they will want to redeem themselves in this game, and I do see them doing it against a West Bromwich side that are playing all right football. They just seem to be really hot and cold for me. I do see it ending in a comfortable 2-0 victory for the Spurs. Now we have the big game of the round. We have the carryover champions Manchester City play the starters Chelsea. Now for me, this game is going to be action-packed. It's going to be everything that we want to see from English Premier League football. You've got two very, very, very high-quality sides, both capable of winning this game, and I just see this game going all the way down to the wire. For me, I'm going to put my money behind Chelsea only because Chelsea's form at the moment has been so utterly fantastic that you can't really question anything that they've done. Everything has just been absolutely brilliant, from Courtois in goal all the way to Costa in the front line. There is no faults in this Chelsea team as of yet. So I do see Chelsea winning this one, but it wouldn't be surprising if it's that the Brazilian / Spanish striker Diego Costa who has his final stamp of authority on this game. And the final game of the round sees Everton take on Crystal Palace. Now for me, Everton, they've got that all-important first win. They've broken the duck and they will continue on. Romelu Lukaku looks to be in really impressive form, scoring an absolute fantastic curler from outside the 18-yard box last game. Everton all the way in this game. Crystal Palace will try and take it to them. You can never count the Palace out. I just don't see them having the strength to be able to stop this Everton side and taking the 3 points away for them. Everton all the way for me. I do see it ending 2-1 in Everton's favour. Well, that's all we've got time for in this Premier League edition of Beyond the 90. Thank you for tuning in. Good luck to all your teams this round. Remember, you can always catch up to date with everything on my blog at www.beyondthe90.net, and please follow me on Twitter at Alex_Alleman. Thanks, guys. I will see you next week. This is Alex Alleman signing off.